All right, questions for Cael?
You want to recap Rutgers first?
Sure.
Bounce back win for Davis. Do you expect the same out of Lillardon to come back from that?
Yeah, he'll be good. I think he was disappointed. You know, he didn't kind of fire away a couple more shots where he's covering some ground, and just great learning experience. Obviously, you know, Rutgers has a really good team, and they have a great environment. So you got to really wrestle well in there. I think it was good experience for our guys, and yeah, guys like Luke, he'll be okay. He'll be perfectly okay. He'll be just any, you know, I mean, whatever happens, win or lose, you know, you got to learn and take it and run with it. And I think he'll do that. So he'll be good. He'll be good to go.
What have you seen from your wrestlers when they have that first career loss? Like, how does it routinely settle in for them?
I mean, I haven't really thought about that, so you know, I'd have to think back to individuals. I mean, it's a little different too. I mean, you're talking about a true freshman. I mean, obviously he's got a lot of experience, but you get thrown into the fire right away. You know, on a team like Penn State, and he's our leadoff guy. You know, so a lot of pressure on him, but he gave a great effort. He was moving forward the whole time, and you know, just you know, got you know, taken down right at the end. The match was you know, played into a little bit of the tactics a little bit. We just needed to kind of, you know, shift gears a little earlier, and so those are things that are easy to learn and grow from. And yeah, I'm not. I mean, he's as solid as people get. So you know, Luke will be great. He's going to wrestle awesome on Friday.
Is there anything you'd like to see in particular, Cael, from a leadoff guy? Like, what makes a good leadoff guy? Other than being 125 for you guys.
Yeah. You're talking about like Luke specifically?
Yeah, just being able to start the match and feeling comfortable with that draw and that guy going.
Yeah, I mean, Luke's a great leadoff guy. He's very consistent. He's very calm, and he's just. I mean, he's new to college wrestling. He's just figuring things out, and he's just going to get better as things go along, right? And you know, sometimes you know, a loss is maybe it can be a great blessing for you. So, and with his mindset and his focus and his values, and yeah, he's going to be great. But he's a perfect leadoff guy for us. He goes out there. He's going to wrestle hard for 7 minutes. He's going to get better every match, and that consistency is huge. So yeah, we're super grateful. He's our guy, and we believe in him 100%.
Cael, could you assess what we saw from Josh Barr against a guy who was a former All-American?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Barr's just wrestling a high pace, and he just, you know, he's keeping the pressure on, and he's adding, you know, technique to that. So, and you know, he's just got a lot of confidence, and he's just doing his thing. So, yeah, great performance by Josh. He'll just keep getting better, and you know, he's a guy that's really kind of buying in and just, you know, going to work and really using the, you know, the technique of hustle, which is usually number one, I think. So he's doing a great job.
Are you eager then to see how he performs against the guy who is ranked number one right now at that weight?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of great opponents coming up. But I mean, we see him in the room every day, so we know he's a lot different person today than he was a year ago. I mean, so he's just trending in the right direction, and you know, he's going to compete hard, and he's going to use every second. And if you do that, the good things are going to happen.
Cael, what do you think it says about your conditioning program when he goes like that in the third period? It opens up not just him, but also, you know, top to bottom.
Yes. Well, I think our guys are in great shape. I mean, that's something we've always, you know, we're very confident in. We know that we're going to wrestle hard for 7 minutes. I think it gives the other guys in the lineup even more confidence to see that you can just kind of let it rip, and things are going to work out. That doesn't mean it's easy to do that, but it definitely is worth it, and it's a lot of fun to compete at that speed. But yeah, I think our conditioning program is great. I mean, Coach Mike Schroeder does an awesome job. You know, Coach Cunningham and Coach Cody do an awesome job, and you know, our guys are in great shape, and they all of them can compete at that level and that speed. I mean, they're all capable of doing that, and you know, generally speaking, obviously, our guys wrestle hard, and they're looking to score points.
Cael, what makes Iowa so tough to play against every year?
Oh, it's just a great program, and they're always prepared for these matches. They obviously have a lot of talent, a lot of just good, solid, tough wrestlers. You know, their coaching staff's obviously very good, but but yeah, I think they always they do a good job. I mean, they show you what you need to work on, and it's something that we we rely on. Obviously, this Friday we want to wrestle great and compete well and score points, but it's also a great opportunity for us to see where we're at and kind of be able to make adjustments from there leading into the postseason.
It could be 8 top 10 matchups. Is this sort of like the poster match, so to speak, for why dual meets are so important to the sport, in your opinion?
Well, yeah, I think dual meets are a lot of fun. I mean, we love dual meets, obviously, and we're blessed that usually wherever we go, they have a great crowd, and I think Rutgers was sold out, and their crowd had an impact. I mean, they impact the way the refs call the match, and they do a good job, and so we're blessed to have those experiences, and but yeah, dual meets are a lot of fun. I think this is I think the future. You're going to see in college wrestling, you're going to see the top 10 teams, the top 5 teams are just going to be loaded, like we're seeing now, right, with the transfer portal and the way things are happening, and everyone's kind of probably experimenting with the changes in college wrestling to see what the best way to move forward is. We're going to do what we do and just be ready to compete. But yeah, it should be a great match. A lot of really good kids, and Iowa's got a great program, great coaching staff.
Cael, it's been 5 years. That Friday, 5 years since you guys have lost a gold match.
Oh yeah.
So can you
Since Friday, huh?
Well, Friday,
Specific.
yeah, that exact same day was 5 years ago. You guys had your last gold loss. But can you kind of just even envision that? Can you talk about that consistency?
Yeah, I don't really think about that stuff. We don't think about that stuff as a program. I mean, we just always want to have the best team we can have, and we take dual meets really seriously, and every match pretty much the same. So yeah, it's not something we're focused on or worried about, or sometimes losing can be a blessing. You don't have to lose to learn, obviously, but it's certainly not something we're worried about. Our win-loss record, but we're glad. You want to win dual meets. Obviously, that's when your crowd gets to see you and wrestle well at home. But it's just all preparation, and we'll learn either way.
Cael, I know you commented on it a little bit last week, but now it's official. I have to ask: do you have anything else you want to say about the national duels now coming in November, now set? And is there any chance that we can see Penn State there? Yeah,
I mean, that's something we'll probably discuss as we look to our schedule, which will be a little bit later. I don't know what the, but I mean, this is obviously nothing new. It just kind of keeps coming back up, and but I think if they can create a great event, I mean, that's what they should do: create a great event that teams and programs want to be a part of, and it should be that way. It should be you create a great event, and have the top programs asking you if they can participate. Not basing it off of everybody being a part of an event in November, right? So hopefully they can take that route and just do something that's exciting and build it, and because like anyone's probably talking about, bigger events are better for the sport. Let's keep it rolling.
Is there a key to KSAC and Teamer, sort of a young guy against a wily old veteran? Do you look at Teamer's past matches and help KSAC like that?
Well, Teamer's got a lot of experience, obviously really good, explosive, a lot of history of success. But yeah, KSAC's, he's got a lot of history as well, and a lot of experience, and he might only be his second year, competing, but he doesn't compete like that, right? And he's a competitor, and yeah, he's just gonna keep doing what we do, and he's gonna do what he does, and we'll go from there.
Cael, what makes the matchups at the Bryce Jordan Center so special?
It's just, I guess this weekend, for example, just be a lot of energy. It's that match that sold out right away, and so it wasn't, it's not a hard sell. I think I don't know for sure, but you hear that it sells out in minutes, kind of a thing, and so a lot of energy, a lot of history, 2 great programs. Iowa's going to bring it. We're going to bring it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you got 2 of the teams that are competing for national title, facing off in a dual meet. It's good stuff. That's what we do this for. That's why we come in here every day, is to wrestle in the most and the more competitive matches. So we're excited. I think it'll be a great environment, and we're gonna have fun.
Coach, what are your thoughts on smack talk, if it ever goes too far, if and when it comes from a rival, and how do you coach your athletes to be able to internalize it and not let it get the best of them?
Yeah, obviously, we don't really worry about that kind of stuff. It's just part of sports. When you're a little kid and you're warming up and the kid's across the mat staring at you, trying to intimidate you or something. That's just like sports, and I think everybody's kind of used to it, and everyone kind of does their own thing, and we just try to just do our thing when the whistle blows. So, but yeah, it's not something that we really think too much about or worry too much about. We're going to bring our best effort, regardless of. We're not really thinking about our opponent. So, but yeah, I think it's just kind of normal. It's probably more normal now, with all the different. I blame Fortnite, but. But that's just because when people shoot me, they talk trash and dance. But yeah, I think it's just all part of the game, and it's just another aspect, and you can engage in it or not, and it doesn't really matter. It's up to you. You can, to each their own. But for us, we just enjoy wrestling and competing, and the bigger the match, the better we're going to be.
How would you evaluate Greg's match on Friday? Maybe not as many points as we're used to him seeing so far this season. Is there anything going on there?
No, I mean, he's been off the mat a little bit. He's been battling, but whatever. A lot of people are battling different sicknesses and different things, but I think his opponent just did a good job. I mean, Greg was pushing the pace early, wasn't able to get a stalling call, wasn't able to get that early takedown, but I thought he did a good job just kind of staying focused, and it was a good match for him. I was actually glad that he kind of had to go the distance because he hasn't really had to do that yet. So, he's got a lot of big matches coming up. So. Sometimes those things can be a blessing in disguise. Obviously, his opponent's a couple-time All-American, really good wrestler. And props to Rutgers. I thought they did a really good job. I mean, they were beating us in some positions that we're not used to being beaten in, and so it's a good wake-up call for us.
How do you make up for that? How do you make up for that time with Greg when he's maybe not going the distance? Do you have him wrestling more 7 minutes in here? Or how does that work out?
Yeah, I mean, those are just things each coaching staff will approach differently, but I mean, that's just something that you got to be aware of, if you're, because you should always be preparing for your biggest and toughest matches and not taking anything for granted. But I think everyone probably approaches that differently, but I think Greg's in really good shape, and he's obviously continuing to improve. I mean, his goals go beyond the NCAA tournament, so, it's not like, hey, I'm reach a certain level and now I'm just gonna be done. It's just he's looking for higher levels, and he's working towards that. So it never really changes. But yeah. I mean, you gotta be ready for your toughest matches. That's what we're preparing for every day. Cool.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.